Man, I think everybody sees how much better we are. You know, the program's on the right track. We're getting ready to really be a really good football team, but to have 2 games in a row, 2 weeks like that, it's a little sad.
The Idaho Vandals build a 24-0 lead on the road at South Alabama and then watch their lead slip away in improbable fashion, resulting in a second straight heartbreaking loss. But Coach Paul Petrino sees a host of positives as his team prepares to face 7-2 Appalachian State. Inside the Vandals, next. Hey, welcome into another week of Inside the Vandals. I'm your host, Tom Purvis. So glad you could be with us, and we're joined now by Vandals head football coach Paul Petrino. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, Coach, obviously a heartbreaking loss for you guys, a game in which you dominate the first half, and then in the second half, it seems like just about everything that could go wrong does go wrong for you guys. What happened to you in that second half?
You know, it was tough because we started out the game. You know, you line up to play South Alabama, and you look at them warming up. They're one of the prettiest teams you've seen. You know, they got all kinds of great athletes, big, good-looking guys, and we come out in the first half and play great. You know, we execute the game plan, both offensively and defensively. Guys are playing great, really rolling, and then, you know, the second half starts with giving up that kickoff return for a touchdown, and you know, we get a punt blocked, we fumble a kickoff. Our own kickoff return, so that's 17 points, you know, and then they pick up a fumble. Elijah Penny hasn't fumbled all year, you know, and then he fumbles and they pick it up. So, you know, that's some mistakes that were made that, you know, guys were playing hard, giving it everything they got, but those are mistakes you can't make and win games like that. And we still come back, battle, fight, and get it to 7 2 different times and just need to get a stop and get the ball back and hopefully go to overtime. But, you know, we just came up a little bit short, but that's the same South Alabama team that here at home the year before just probably physically beat us as bad as any team we played a year ago, and our guys went out there and did a great job for the most part, except for a little section in the third quarter, and that caught up to us.
You know, I know one of your biggest things is you know, avoiding the mistakes, avoiding the turnovers, and you guys have been very good in that aspect this year. But did you especially address those with your team, or did you challenge your guys in any way, or was just the pain of this loss, do you feel like that was enough?
You know, they're definitely, you know, you looked at some of the guys that just played their heart out, you know, Quentin Bradley, you know, Matt Lenahan, Elijah Penny, Deion Watson. There's some guys that just gave unbelievable effort, you know, the whole offensive line, and you felt bad for them. And, you know, we just kind of had a team meeting, you know, last night with all the guys that played and said, hey, you know, you guys played your heart out. You got nothing to be ashamed of. You just came up short. And then we talked about the reasons why we came up short, and those are the things we got to correct, and just can't make those mistakes and win those games.
You know, obviously every turnover in that second half hurt you, but was there a certain play or a certain moment in that second half where you feel like if we take that away, maybe it was the change of momentum with the kickoff return, I don't know what it was, but was there a moment where you take that away and that makes a difference?
Probably even just one of them. If you just took one of them away, I think our defense was playing pretty good, and I'm not sure they would have made up all those points they had to if you don't give them all the mistakes. So if we could have just eliminated one of them, for sure if you eliminate 2 of them, then you know, you give yourself a lot better chance. But I was proud of our guys coming back in that fourth quarter and fighting. You know, we went back and scored 14 points in the fourth quarter, cut it to 7 2 different times. The defense did a great job on the one turnover when Ruben fumbled the kickoff return to holding them to a field goal. That still gave us a chance. You know, there was just a bunch of guys that had great games, you know, and unfortunately we still came up a little bit short.
You know, yeah, 2 straight games now that you guys have absolutely owned the first half and really, for the most part, played really good football. How much does it make you feel like you guys are honestly doing a lot of things right now?
Oh, we are. I mean, how far we've came in the program is you can see it. We're on track to doing great things. I think our depth has hurt us in the second half. You know, a lot of those people we're playing against are playing 2 whole sets of people, and right now with injuries and we just don't have a lot of depth. Offensively, we're playing with about 14 guys, and defensively, we're playing with about 15 guys. And so those guys are being warriors, and they're playing their hearts out. But I think sometimes that catches up to us in the second half, and they just got to dig deep and be a little bit more of a warrior and find a way to get it done.
What was your game plan going in against South Alabama, and especially what was working for you guys in that first half?
You know, there was just a lot of that. They do a lot of things schematically, defensively, to try to attack your protections and your run game, and And I felt going into the game we had a really good game plan, and our guys went out there and executed it well. And defensively we had a plan on how to stop the run, and I thought our guys did a good job of that. And we really did throughout most of the whole game, with the exception of about 3 series in the third quarter. And we still had plays there at times in those sections, and we just didn't quite execute it as well as we did the rest of the game.
Deion Watson, you mentioned a bunch of guys who played well, but a couple touchdowns for him. It's the second time that he's had, or maybe it's the third time that he's had multiple touchdown games. What is he doing? Is he just running good routes? How is he getting open?
It's a little bit of everything. I think he's doing a great job of executing what we call. I think we're calling stuff to get him the ball. And Matt's doing a good job of putting the ball right on him, and none of it happens without the offensive line protecting. So, on offense, again, it takes all 11 guys, and Deion's doing his job, and the other 10 guys are doing their job to give him a chance to make the plays.
And then Kalen Hightower, thoughts on his game? I mean, he had just basically a SportsCenter top 10 catch there in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that really helped turn the momentum. We were kind of losing it, and he made that great catch on third down, and that really swung it back in our favor, and we went down and scored on that drive, and that was a big-time catch by Kalen. He also had a big-time catch in the first half. It wasn't as spectacular, but it was just a simple 6-yard out. But as he was catching it, he was getting hit, and he landed on his feet and dove forward and got us the first down, and that led to our first touchdown that put us up 10-0.
Overall, how do you rate the play of your defense? Again, it seemed like they played well.
They played well. They really improved from the week before. I thought guys ran around. Again, you go into the game without Twaney and without Mark, and everybody still stepped up and played as hard as they could. Just needed to get one more stop in that fourth quarter, but overall, I thought they played really hard. And again, I'm just gonna, Quentin Bradley, he played unbelievable. He really did. When a defensive end leads your team in tackles, and he was making tackles all over the field and just giving unbelievable effort. And I was really proud of him.
That's a perfect segue. We're going to take a quick break here, but when we're back, the Vandals back in the Dome to take on Appalachian State. We'll discuss them, and also we'll discuss who Coach has talked about a lot already, Quentin Bradley, as we had a chance to sit down with him. That's next on Inside the Vandals.